What we do here is go back.
You were very impressive. Sick
Because I'm so tight.
Because I'm the sickest. Let's get into it. So we have the players that we re-signed, 6 of them on offense, 2 on defense. So just to rock and roll, we got Richie Incognito, cut him, re-signed him. I predicted Jalen Richard doing that. No big deal, not the same, but similar concept. Nick Morrow brought him back, 1-year deal as well. Zay Jones, Derek Carrier, Theo Riddick, hot seat, Jalen Richard again. Daniel Carlson, big guy that we love to have, and then Jonathan Hankins and Denzel Good. So quick thoughts there about who we brought back. Feeling good, feeling not great. How do you feel overall?
I feel good about it. My initial thought on free agency as far as the in-house guys was that Denzel Good was 1A and Nick Morrow was 1B. And we brought both of them back. Biggest areas of needs within keeping our own guys, especially with how we've seen things pan out with trading Trent and a couple of the other people leaving that we're going to touch on in a minute. But I was overall happy, glad we kept Derek Carrier. He's like Carr but a little Carrier, never mind, that's stupid. But yeah, no, I overall I think it was good. Everybody that you look at on the people that we re-signed from, kept in-house, it was all spots of need and all, very team-friendly deals. So overall, happy with that.
Trading Trent Brown, or not trading, trading Trent Brown and Hudson and Gabe, right? So there's a lot of panic. Brought back Richie, brought back Good. Good has some flexibility, guard tackle as well. Jonathan Hankins, the only reason they re-signed him was because it was Mel Dreaming's breakout player of the year on defense. And so Carlson, fine, whatever. He's great. He's, I'm good with that. So I like the deals. Nick Morrow, obviously, I think was critical bringing him back. So, but I think what's crazy is, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of 1-year deals, right? So we're going to just go through this, next year, or, rarely do we see someone get extended. Who you could see would be Nick Morrow. If he's balling out like he was at the end of last year, if you could see them extend him before it even hits free agency. But same thing with Denzel Good. It's a 2-year deal. They could extend him either this year or next year, what have you. But everything else is 1-year deal. So I think you're just seeing that. Once again, it's a salary cap strapped NFL, just with where the budget is, with where, each team is at. So I agree with what you're saying, but I am happy with who we did bring back. It makes you feel a little bit better going into where kind of how things started. But who left the Raiders? We had 5 players on offense, 3 on defense. So I'll roll through it real quick again. Gabe Jackson traded to Seattle for a 5th rounder. Rodney Hudson traded to the Cardinals for a 3rd rounder, and we gave him a 7th. So it was Jackson, a 7th, and we got back a 3rd for 2021, which is great value. I'm happy we got something. Yes. Aguilar went to New England. Tyrell Williams went to Detroit. Devontae Booker to the New York Giants. Eric Harris, Atlanta Falcons. LaMarcus Joyner, New York Jets. Good riddance. Takk McKinley to the Cleveland Browns. Takeaways there of whomst left.
Yeah, so the who left list is literally the inverse of the people we kept list, whereas the people we kept, there was 6 that I really liked, and 2 that I guess it's actually the same. I'm going to take all of that back. It's going to be exactly the same.
It's the inverse format, but also
it's the inverse. Yes, it's the inverse format, which means the layout is exactly the same. It's the inverse of the inverse. So 2 negatives make a positive.
I feel like I'm in
water always finds its level, all of that, those things. But
Iron sharpens iron.
yes, 6 of them perfectly fine with. Obviously getting rid of Gabe Jackson, understandable because of the cap situation with him. Okay, everybody thought, like, even last year thought this is a possibility, it's something that might happen, don't want it to happen. But getting rid of Rodney was just a complete just blow to the back of the head. Like, where the hell did this come from? And there was word out there that he had asked for the release, and there was stuff talking about just being, I don't know about being mutual about him leaving, but they he was asking, wanting to kind of get out of there, I guess, and they were willing to grant it to him, and word got out, and we ended up trading him for, like you said, a 3rd rounder. So that was kind of out of the blue. It, like you said, it was nice that word came out we were going to cut these guys. And what's funny is I kept seeing it on Twitter, them saying, like, if it makes anybody feel any better, cutting Gabe and cutting Hudson hasn't been made official. It's just been announced that that's might be where they're going. And then all of a sudden you see we get trade value for it. So that was, if there was any silver lining to that aspect, it was like, hey, we got some compensation back for it. So everybody else, perfectly fine with them leaving. I was always very indifferent on Eric Harris. I really liked him at times, really hated him at other times.
He's your Stuart Schweigert.
Yeah. And
Actually,
I think,
no, I never liked Stuart Schweigert. So
yeah, that's the
I don't
difference.
think it's the same.
It also might be because he rocked the number 25, and I was just, my number as well, and is very keen on that number. So it may be that, but it may be the fact that he picked off Phillip Rivers like 16 times in one game. I don't know.
Like that?
He picked off Jacoby Brissett, took it to the house. I'm just saying.
Awesome.
Yes, it was awesome. He, I liked Harris, and it was clear that he wasn't a starter. He played so much better as a role player. But anyways, those are my takeaways, my rambling on. Perfectly fine with everybody else that left. And, just here we are trying to rebuild the line again, change things up there, and in limbo on where that's going to head. But I'm glad we got the compensation that we did for those guys that you hate to see go.